But let's get into this. So, Twitchy going to be starting off with Wario. This is going to be an interesting one. Ideally, probably want to slow the pace down just so you can get the maximum utility you can out of Waft, because if Skits is able to win this, you're going to be coming into that with like maybe 2 stocks, maybe just 1, and it's way less likely you're going to get Waft. So.
That's very, very true, actually. Yeah, so something to definitely kind of consider. I think how you start this is going to be very important too, right? I don't know. Sometimes when a crew battle, it's like if somebody really just kind of snowballs out of control on an earlier jump and just like takes a stock the first 30 seconds or whatever, like it is a really, really bad look. It could be a little debilitating too, because there's a mental aspect of this as well, because you got to keep in mind, you're not just fighting for yourself, you're fighting for your team, okay?
Yes.
And you know that they're watching, they're relying on you. You're the tone setter with the opening, and right there, tones being set, stocks being took, Twitchy off to a hot start.
Yeah, spot dodge F smash, great start. You really don't think about Isabelle as a character with like kill power to be concerned about, but that F smash is no joke. That was Wario at center stage at like 110. Like, don't sleep.
Yeah, do not sleep at all. This is pretty gross at the moment. Keep it a buck with you right now. Oh my Lord, okay. The ultimate response to anything going wrong, bring out the waft. Perfect
timing, and using the half waft specifically was so smart, because you might not get that full waft. You might not get that time this match or the next if you win, so pulling it out early was really smart. And because we don't have a clock on there, Wario can't even use the numbers to figure out how far his waft is, so that was just really good presence of mind for him as a Wario main.
All these people were in college, right? You should be able to count and play.
Well, you say that.
You know what I'm saying? It makes sense to me.
I hate that.
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it either.
That's why I'm here. You know, I'm on the booth. I'm not worried about that at all. Might be worried about this second stock disappearing soon, though. Twitchy continuing to be hella aggressive with the Isabelle. A little greedy right there. So Skits trying to find some openings, and they are coming right now. Twitchy doing some erratic swinging, kind of creating these openings.
Yeah, I feel like Twitchy is like really close to taking this stock, but starting to get a little bit too overzealous on actually getting it. And that's the kind of opening Wario needs, because like really like a neutral air, a fair, anything can just snowball into so much damage. And I think that Skits has done a great job of maintaining composure and bringing this back.
Would agree with you. And Wario 2, one of the best comeback mechanics in the game with that waft when it is available. Right now, a lot of pressure, doing a good job. I thought for sure this was kind of leaning towards Twitchy running away with it, but Skits settling in, kind of getting a feel for where this Isabelle is doing great tracking to get that F tilt, and that is going to be a lead swinging.
Yeah, like in theory, I feel like it would be a little hard for Wario just because Slingshot would be so good at stopping his horizontal drift, but Skits' movement overall in the air and on the ground have just been phenomenal, and Twitchy's just kind of been playing on his back foot for like really this whole last minute and a half here. And we have another waft to deal with.
That's true. A lot of things going wrong for Twitchy despite the strong start. Sometimes those nerves start kicking in, but you know what? Still got a stock, still got a chance. At least, they're always at the excellent grab, by the way. You always at the very least just want to leave it so that the next person coming in only has to deal with 1 stock. Both of these individuals have done an excellent job at that. Oh, combinations. Oh, I thought the same thing. The setup looked like it was there. A little overzealous from Skits pulling the trigger on that waft attempt.
Look, we have PTSD from this character. We both had a little heart attack on the platform right there.
It happens.
But yeah, Twitchy down a pretty decent amount of percent here. Wario way easier to find stocks with or without waft. Kind of stalling that recovery, which makes a lot of sense. But the tracking, like you pointed out in the last stock, really, really good from Skits. And amazing back air running just underneath that fishing rod. So good stuff to really both of them. But we got Nico coming in with an Ike versus Wario. Honestly, super retro matchup, but seems like a pretty good idea. Wow, this is Tweak Leo, like way back.
Super throwback, year 1 of Ultimate. Little throwback for you guys if you're not aware of that. But I mean, Ike is still it's still a character that can still get the job done. You know what I mean? Like, and one of the things too that you'll see is just the pressure that Ike can kind of bring to the table because of those large hit boxes, and really just a lot of Ikes that I see, they play with no fear, like reckless abandon, if you will, and that's kind of what you have to do with a character that does like not hover in those high tier stature. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of make it do what it do. Interesting course to send out the Ike here, Nico. It's pretty comfortable with the Wario matchup. A lot of factors, of course, go into selecting who's going to come out, but Nico knows I got one job: take the stock before he takes mine.
Right, and on paper, I understand, like, it probably makes a lot of sense to be able to just wall Wario out, but before the match even started, Skits immediately was like, all right, I'm just playing really grounded, I'm just hanging out in my shield, looking to, like, parry those neutral airs and those arrows that Ike loves to throw at you, and it already kind of threw him off this game. He's not taking these air-to-air battles if he doesn't need to, and sneaking that command grab on that platform is really smart, too, so Skits already off to a pretty big start here.
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing out of Skits. I can see why they elected to make Skits the starter for this team. Seems to be very well-rounded, calm, and composed as well. but I'd be surprised if Skits does take this stock first just based on how we started this thing off already. But of course, Ike, there's some combinations. You see the nairs coming out there. Don't get caught up now.
Yeah, that could have been the last stock there for Skits, but I just don't think he was ready to pull the trigger. But Nico finds the up air anyway, cleans it up, and evens up the score immediately.
We all know what is one thing that Rob does so well is edge guarding. Where can there be some fault in Ike as a character? Off of the stage. So this could be huge. You can see already that Atomic looking to strike big time there. Nair, though, getting caught up with the upbeat recovery from Nico.
Yeah, definitely a very scary character to deal with off stage. Got to kind of play a little bit of the roulette wheel dealing with Ike's recovery. You might take a stock at 40, he might take yours at 40. It's a little bit of chance time right there, but Rob is the king of chance time.
Yeah.
Delaying that forward air was really smart, cutting off those options, and Atomic is really just showing us how seasoned of a player he is already just in this first 30 seconds.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing for Ike, too. Like, how well do you not panic in situations where you are indeed off the stage? That is one thing Rob will thrive off of. But we talked about so much being able to KO off the stage, too. Might send you upwards as well. Rob just really the perfect blueprint character. So many different options to remove stocks. And right now, the struggle is on for this poor Ike, who gets caught up with a back air. Mixed up the approach a little bit. Maybe called to drop the shield. A little missed timing is going to be huge for Atomic.
Yeah, and that's one of those stocks, too, where it's like, oh, I didn't get blendered in a side B, or I didn't get gimped with like a laser. Rob just kind of said, hey, I actually have incredible frame data, and I'm just going to use that. So that like 4-frame forward air is just doing so much work for Ike. As big as that nair is, it's not fast enough. And the sweet spot F smash, just barely not going to kill, but this recovery is going to be really, really tough. If you are an Ike main, because that is just a tough angle.
Yeah, I would say kind of maybe more so made that back in that case just because it seemed like Atomic kind of took his foot off the gas momentarily, and then a big swing, nobody home for that. Tremendous setup, doesn't get the up smash, but the momentum side so far on the side of Atomic, it's ridiculous.
That was absolutely huge. All that rage, neutral air under a platform, that easily could have been a stock taken from Atomic, but the parry came in super clutch. I love the way that Atomic is so comfortable playing underneath Ike right now, just being like, okay, I know you want a neutral air, I know you're trying to force something, but this defense is just immaculate at this point.
Yeah, otherworldly, in fact. Good stuff. Let's see, a potential 3 stock is looming right now for Atomic. Getting off slowly. Okay, call with the up B. That should be enough. Yes. It was like a couple years ago. I remember that up B just got buffed. It's like a good KO option now. Just randomly out of nowhere. But
who asked for that?
Yeah, exactly. It definitely came into usage there in a situation pretty much so needed, but a lot of work to make up. And it's hard to really get an offense going when you're just playing defense.
Yeah, he's really just trying to find any opening hit. Even after getting that first stock, only 8%. Meanwhile, yo, look at the toy. Look what I got. Look what my mom gave me. That gyro is just going crazy right now. Great roll in, not having to die from that tech trap, but yeah, Atomic is just way ahead at this point. Very, very comfortable lead. And I think the next player they're going to send it in probably going to struggle too.
Yeah, that's just a tough ask for Ike to really take it against Rob. And really for just a number of reasons we highlighted throughout that set. And Atomic being so talented and really just kind of well-polished clearly in that matchup. It really wasn't even close. Good effort from Nico, but had nothing for Atomic. And that's going to be great if you're a UTA fan right now.
Yeah, let's I'm in. Let's see how this goes down. Now we do have options with the.
Okay, and was I? Okay, for some reason I thought Atomic 3 stock. My bad. Okay.
Oh no, yeah.
He did lose 1. Okay, all right. Good job, Nico. Good job.
I think it should be 8. I'm not sure. But either way, I don't do math. So coming into this already, unsafe on the shield just barely, getting hit with a rising nair. Let's see what this leads to. Yeah, this is the full Falco blender. And I feel like Hollow Bastion, that center platform, is going to be really good for Falco extending those combos too.
Very much so agreed. Yep. Definitely something to keep an eye on for sure. But this is right here where Tom is going to really find a lot of the punish game. Bullying Falco, trying to get back on the stage. That's where you get a lot of additional damage. That's where you really want to tax them, just having to come back. But once it becomes a stage battle, it's a little bit more even right there. Love the drag down. Got a little bit greedy, but why not? This bird can definitely take flight off of the stage as shown right there. But the up tilt up there, easy 1-2 combination for Rob.
That had to be just enough rage to kill there too, because the DI was on point, but still wasn't able to make it back. Still, great show of offense right there, especially honestly trying to edge guard Rob. Easier said than done, but right now Cybele trying to fight back, barely make it back to the stage. But Atomic still taking, I think 3 stocks now, and only lost 1. Good stuff so far.
Atomic has definitely been a bulldozer right now. You can see just anytime Falco in disadvantage, push the pace. That is Atomic all the way right now. Let's see Cybele. Opportunity to maybe close it out right now. Up there, back here, something of the sorts. to try and assist in getting rid of this first pesky stock of Rob, who's been very, very diligent at, again, what? Just wearing you down.
Yeah.
Constant pressure. And look at that. I love that because you set up the gyro perfectly, so you kind of bait out that air dodge, and we know back air is the perfect KO option. Good retaliation from Side Bill, but he has taken a lot in a short amount of time.
Yeah, one thing I really want to accent here, the micro spacing that Atomic has been crazy. He's consistently been just out of like fair and neutral air range. And as I say it, Falco forced to recover, immediately going to die to that Rob back here.
No witnesses. I didn't see a
There's
thing.
nothing you can do sometimes.
No witnesses.
No.
I didn't see a thing, boys.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Fresh stock at 0. What will he do?
Sheesh. 7, 8 stocks. I mean, I salute you. Good luck, CJ. It's
Like-
gonna be a rough one.
That's hard to do for any character, but especially a character like Snake who benefits from a slower game and has a lot of self-damage kind of baked into his game plan.
Yeah.
It is really going to be hard to preserve those stocks, even just to get it down to the last member, let alone take 7. And Atomic is already playing on fire. I wouldn't be surprised if he took one more on his exit here. I mean, clearly MVP of this first round here, 7 stocks and possibly counting. Snake, another great character that can really get destroyed by that back air off stage, side B, all kinds of things. So CJ Frozen has to play absolutely flawlessly for this and probably the entire next match.
Yeah, you
if he's able to do it.
you really can't leave anything to chance. Now, you are afforded the fact, like, okay, there's no timer right here, so you got all the time in the world to essentially operate. I would slow roll and slow play this as much as I can. Just try and get all that ticky-tack additional damage on Rob and just get a solid KO. So at least you're going into the next game full 3 stocks, still giving yourself an opportunity and your team. Because I know how good CJ is. That's not the issue at all. It's the fact you have to play behind so much because Atomic has just been destroying the other remaining members of the crew.
Yeah, and even if we end up, this doesn't work out, we have to go to the next round. I'm not really sure what roster changes or swaps they can even make to like stop Atomic the next time either, because Rob is just such a great character in really every scenario. CJ almost going down there, did not get out that properly, but the bear super coming through there for that first
I
time.
see why he shook his head too. That was definitely avoidable, but maybe CJ didn't think he was necessarily going to swing in that situation. So that's a tough one for sure, but you know what? Just keep your head in the game. Don't let him take another one. That has got to be the name of the game. Sometimes you might not have a choice, man. Rob is just bully of the block sometimes, man.
Really
Straight
is.
up. They're crazy.
Yeah, and even off stage, doesn't really have to worry about Nikita because Laser can hit either Nikita or Snake, but either way, gonna make it safe for him, otherwise that'd be a problem. But yeah, I love the avoidance, staying away from that up tilt. Really, honestly, it's crazy that Atomic is on 1 stock. It doesn't feel like that as a viewer.
Right.
So DC4 though, great air dodge in response.
All time right there. Didn't panic at all. Just waited to react. Panned out quite nicely. Now, this is still possible for Atomic to absolutely take another stock, especially to get Snake off stage. But CJ continuing. I do appreciate the fact that CJ's still staying hella aggressive, not willing to just go ahead and just concede the fact, no, I'm just going to stay in the corner and try to get you out. You have to get the stock off. But it is a dangerous game you're playing right now, my friend, and just searching for the ground nade, actually saving him there. One grab.
Oh man, that F tilt just coming through. I cannot tell you enough how well that frame data is working out for Rob. I mean, there's even been scenarios where like up tilt or F tilt, dash attack, all those could be a factor, but that like frame 3 down tilt from Rob has interrupted CJ in a lot of places, and that F tilt has bailed him out of so much here. He could honestly run through the entire team right now if CJ's not careful. One neutral layer with this much rage could just do it all.
Very, very possible right now. It's looking grim. This is the trouble right here. And look, I love that from Atomic, just playing around the grenade so well. Let it explode. Do a little bit of shield damage for me. Nikita, can we find this mark? Oh, he's going. What an air dodge. Just securing himself back. The seemingly unlimitless view of Rob keeping this stock alive. How many times, Side, do we see a Rob at 190 just straight up living? It's not normal.
Not often. And this up air at max rage, absolutely going to do it. Atomic sweeping the entire Winthrop team. That is massive. This is a great character for this matchup, and if CJ Frozen really locks in, this could be a big turnaround for Winthrop in the second round.
All right, well, let's see if that is indeed going to be the case. Already, though, Skits, I like that. I love that up B there. Just take all the additional damage you can get. Snake does require a lot of damage to really get those KOs. leave nothing to chance. And the good thing about Skits too, I'm noticing too, there's a lot of patience when need be, right? We saw a ton of aggression against Nico, rightfully so, because they've been able to kind of rush him down. But when asked of him, it looks like Skits does have the right amount of patience too, which of course we know is fundamental in this characteristic.
Yes, you're so right about that. Because you saw that giant 80% combo, then he's like, okay, maybe Snake is going to try to like follow back with some grenades, with some C4s to try to slow me down. No, just took his foot off the gas. Skits is always in control of the pace, and that is not what you want to see if you're CJ Frozen, because now you're already lapped in percents here, only about a minute off the clock if there was one, and Skits is looking amazing.
Yeah, this is pretty disgusting to say the least. I mean, almost lapped in this percentage right now too, considering with the stock advantage. Okay, I like the up or down air, excuse me, right there. Just put a little bit of aggression on the recovery, mix it up a little bit. Okay, not gonna get up tilted there. Very good.
Yeah, just barely staying out the way there. But I think Skits' pressure has been great, and being able to command grab him out of shield. Snake loves hanging out in shield. And there's kind of two ways that that's good for him. If he grabs him, great free damage. If he gets the grenade, the explosion of the grenade itself has a lot of knockback on it, so it's dangerous regardless for CJ Frozen to shield, and that's huge for Skits in this matchup.
No doubt about that, but finally does get a stock off, much needed for sure, but let's see if we can kind of like mount a little bit of a comeback. Again, a lot of heavy artillery on the side of Snake. You can keep Wario out, and you can get some surprise hits like that too if he's trying to rush you down. C4 hits, some straight grenade damage as well. Going to survive. Excellent DI. Now we're going to come back down here. Okay, tried to time it with the forward tilt, but it wasn't quite there. Oh my goodness. The shenanigans. I love the realization too, like, oh yeah, I can back throw him and I'll probably get hit by this bike.
Yeah, the coverage from Skits has been so phenomenal. I mean, CJ Frozen took such an insane route to make it back to the stage, but he still was able to cover it and navigate his way back with no bike against the Nikita, and now he's got full waft here, so CJ Frozen got to be extra careful. Got a lot of damage here. Maybe he can stop the bleeding if he gets this stock first and kind of slows the pace down, but any spare aerial right now could be an unmitigated disaster for the entire Winthrop roster, because Skits can take that for a free stock.
1,000% agree with you. Now, I just really want to see just CJ, just don't rush it. There's really no need to. Just get on some additional stray damage, and eventually I'm sure that you'll find the KO.
There it is.
CJ, very talented individual, survives that, however. Okay, Wario.
Yeah.
That diet looking a little hefty. All right.
Yeah.
Listen, I ain't going down just yet, but that's 121. I will not be able to take another one. Let's see if CJ can get in there. Nikita, yes. Put some pressure on. Oh, I thought it was going to be a big team up tilt, but good follow through with the get up attack. So poised in that situation with Skits, but nonetheless, CJ gets that stock. Here we go, Sai.
Yeah, very well played by CJ. You know he wants that stock, but he did not do the Cardinals, and he did not overcommit and try to force it to happen. He really just picked his shots carefully. And Skits still has great defense there, but waft on the bike, that's going to do it. I mean, that's active for like 40 years.
That was so sweet. Air dodge. He's like, okay, hit bike, I extend this. You know what I mean? Like, that was brilliant. Holy crap, Skits. Okay. It's looking grim right now. So Twitchy, let's see what you got. Run back from the opening bout in the previous round where we did see Skits was able to take it over Twitchy, but this time at least Twitchy only has to worry about taking one stock.
Yeah, and I've seen Twitchy get really explosive starts, really high damage combos right out the gate. Oh, yeah, okay, all right. I was like, hey, breaking the law. But yeah, we've seen Twitchy get really big starts. We need to see one now. I think stages like this and with the center platform are really good because dash attack off the platform is a huge tool in Isabel's kit that she gets to use here. So that could be nice, but gotta control that airspace, gotta get that pressure going, and cannot let Wario snowball anything, even with just the one stock we have.
All right, well, let's see. I mean, again, we've already seen these two match up before, and if maybe Twitch can kind of repeat a hot start performance that we saw in their previous encounter, that'll be good enough to at least take this first stock with minimal effort. I like the aerials right now, putting a lot of pressure on, but that bike's gonna create a free path, of course, for Wario to come back. But I see the vision right now from Twitchy. Keep Wario off stage, tax him for all kinds of damage, and just hope one of these shots is going to be enough to do it.
Yeah, we need to see one of those slingshots maybe hit at point blank range because Arlington is so far up. And even in that tech chase scenario, had Skits gotten the jab lock, I think that could have killed Isabel, even at only like 60-ish% on Hollow Bastion. So you got to be careful here. See Twitchy trying to just put out as many projectiles as possible. Again, slingshot, dash attack off the platform, all these things. But Skits is really clawing back in there, 85%, nothing to sneeze at. And we could see one more stock taken for the Arlington team because neither of these throws should really kill at this point. And Skits still doing a great job of making it back.
Yeah, I like the Skits doing a fantastic job of just maneuvering around, and those little head-scratching moments are going to be the things that you're not going to see somebody like Skits just let you get away with, all right?
My God.
The problem with that grab is it lingers. You got some time to kind of react. And that's the benefit of the grab, too. Like, live by it, die by it. In the case right there, it's the KO by it. I like the fact that they are able to play multiple characters on the same team again, because I think somebody said Peach Fuzz was here last year but wasn't able to play because Atomic is there.
That's right. Literally just there, just kind of like waving pom-poms and like, I mean, I'm here. I showed up.
Right. Exactly.
I can't do nothing, though.
Somebody's got to get the water, you know what I'm saying? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He's out to bring the fight. That's what we're about to see right now for sure. So, obviously, Atomic, some big shoes to fill in that first game we saw, but my Peach Fuzz is just like, hey, man, I'm here to do the job, and I got 2 stocks to take off. Why not do it?
Ooh, not a great start. We already saw the gyro getting pocketed. Oh, but throwing it away. Shocked, actually. Twitchy's like, you know what? I'll probably just do it again later. I don't know. But either way, now I finally get to see Peach Fuzz play because, like you said, last year we were robbed of that opportunity, no pun intended. But now, right now, kind of struggling with these projectiles. Fair and Bear doing a great job. And these parries are honestly looking great for both people here. So everyone's really playing with fire now.
Yeah, for sure. Really good start right now. If I'm Twitchy, it's just like, okay, I understand. We have a lot of work to do. I'm just going to go ahead and just swing, throw caution to the wind. Doing a good job trying to exhaust all of the fuel right now. This is a lot of effort that Peach Fuzz had to extend, just trying to make it back, and Twitchy unrelenting. They are definitely showing why you can ill afford to take them for granted.
Yeah, I mean, Isabel works hard in her game. She works hard in this game, too. That might have been the softest neutral air in Smash history. He did not even move at 130 in the ledge. It was like, that didn't even hurt. But all that aside, Twitchy kept the pressure up. Already got Peach Fuzz here, lapped in percent, making a pretty big comeback for Winthrop. If we can see like a 3-stock from Twitchy, we are more than back in this game.
Yeah, I was going to say like this, in their bid to get somebody else some playing time could very much so cost them a sizable lead that they had, because let me tell you something, you can tell Twitchy locked all the way in. So if I'm Peach Fuzz, I'm like, okay, at the very least, I'm going to make my debut on this stage. I got to get one.
I gotta
get one. Come on now.
Yeah, find something here. I mean, these fairs, these grabs, the pressure from Twitchy is so out of this world. The coverage from the ledge, you never see Rob get bullied like that off stage, especially not by Isabel.
Rob tends to be the bully, so this is like kind of uncharted territories if you're a Rob player for sure.
I love that. Even having the landmine, not really going to lead to a whole lot, but still going to make Peach Fuzz hesitate on how to go for that punish here. And with the gyro and laser getting pocketed, that could be huge, but we're not going to see it right now. Twitchy surviving a horrible scenario from Rob down throw. Ooh, and the side B.
I went for back air there. Might have been more effective, but nonetheless, does have control up the stage and see. Just swinging for dear life, untechable underneath. But hey, you know what? You did what you needed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit easier there. Just the 1 stock left to take. Snake, of course, amazing kill power. Yeah. I respect it.
Adorable.
That's really cute, actually. All right, they're counting us down, and we're getting into this Kyle versus Twitchy again. Arlington still has a lot to work with here, but Twitchy done an amazing job of clawing this back. I mean, they were way down, really just 1 round to go here. So maybe we can get to a game 3 if Twitchy can keep this pressure up. And right now, Kyle already off to a rough start, forced to recover only in the 40s, and Twitchy just fully taking control of center stage.
Yeah, Twitchy's very, very well up the game plan continuously, just from a distance and then kind of get in where I fit in. No need to rush anything for sure. One thing I've loved about Twitchy, though, is just so content to just get you off stage and really just tax for a lot of damage in those situations. And then, too, even on stage, has just proven to be an absolute menace. Like, I don't know too many Isabels, but Twitchy definitely up there with, gotta be one of my favorites for sure. Not from Japan.
Yeah, not from Japan.
Japan got a lot of Isabels, too, right?
Yeah, Twitchy definitely making this mark here, but getting up tilted right there, that is a tiny little dog, and Snake just reminded us. But yeah, this match could honestly be over in a minute, and either player can win. I don't even know.
All right, well, let us find out. No need to drop any stocks right now. Phenomenal debut from Kyle in the last one. Let's see if the trend continues. Cybele looking very locked in, though. We know that this in general, again, Falco does have the tools to combo heavy, and there we go, right off the rip. Kind of punishing that crawling right now. And just getting in there with that huge grab. You see all that damage already. One thing, too, that laser, how disruptive it can be and really turns Snake's grenades against him sometimes.
Yeah.
So another kind of thing to keep an eye on.
Like, you've seen Kyle low profiling with the crouch, which I think is really, really smart, but Snake not being able to just walk towards you, kind of like holding that grenade is huge for his neutral. Speaking of huge, up throw back air, almost taking that first stock, baiting out the air dodge with the neutral air. Great pressure from Seibel. Kyle got to find something here. He did a great job finding that sticky earlier. Might see another one. Got some pretty good pressure here, but up smash out of shield, going to be an easy stock for the Winthrop side.
Let's go, Seibel. Definitely showing all the way up right now. Excellent lead at the moment. Let's see, not going to let it get out of control. Nice, all right.
Okay, yeah. One thing here is that some characters at Other League really combo heavy, like, oh, Snake is going to pull a grenade. But in this matchup, is not as great as you think because you're still taking some damage, and now you're out of a jump and you're above Falco. Falco loves that position.
Yeah, 1,000%. If you're Kyle as well too, you gotta watch those crouches, how you're using that to maybe kind of mix up your approaches because you're seeing Seibel, like that was the third time in a row. I'm just gonna run from strategy. You know what I mean? Like that is going to be the strategy. So that time run being up, anti-air with the up tilt going to be enough to get rid of the stock. So a lot of back and forth action, kind of what we expected too, Silent. We knew that these two characters could definitely just detonate on each other, but right now it is Seibel dominating.
Yeah, Arlington only got 4 stocks left to Winthrop's 2. This is a much, much closer game than we saw last time, especially all things considered with that crazy stock we got from Skit. So amazing job to the Winthrop roster for just holding that composure and trying to take us to a game 3 here. Honestly, I'd love to see it. It'd be amazing. But with that said, Kyle got Seibel in kind of a rough position. Snake has a lot of great options to punish Falco at the ledge, and the coverage was phenomenal with that back row read.
Definitely seeing some real good sparks of greatness coming out from Kyle. Don't want to get too overzealous though, trying to force the KO. You want the proper setup to avoid taking any unnecessary additional damage. Love that from Seibel. Aggressive with the dare. Side being the center stage. Let's just reset the situation. Don't need to take these scrambles if it's avoidable.
Yeah, hopefully Kyle can find at least another up tilt here. Don't want to send us into a 2-3 scenario. That's typically really, really strong and hard to deal with in crews. And I think a lot of momentum kind of goes to that other player that's down the one stop. But now 4-2-1 for Winthrop. One single stop. Going to continue their winner's path. And Arlington ends it right there with the surprise forward air out of nowhere, killing Seibel at 20. Insane work from Kyle.